Boys Run Nation, welcome to another video. As you can see, I'm in a hotel room, and today I'm going to be answering your questions. I put a poll up on Instagram for you guys to ask me questions, and today I'm going to answer them. Let's go. A number of questions on my phone, so we're going to go through them. Right, first question. Do you realise you are Joe Oakley's twin? I have no idea who that is. Next question. Nathaniel Daniel. What changed with TMS that made you change fame so quickly after announcing the sponsorship? So it wasn't anything to do with TMS whatsoever. I did actually do like a little video on Instagram explaining, but in quick terms, as you may know, I like to change my bike a lot because I like to try new things and have fun as much as I can. I kind of settled down a bit now. Back then I went from carbon to steel, which was obviously a big change. Maybe I didn't get used to it as well. Another thing I found was on the steel bikes it was a lot heavier. I don't think I was fully used to it. Was doing scary stuff like high up stuff or jumping up rails. I feel like if I got it wrong, it would almost drag me down with the bike, and I found that a bit terrifying. And I fell off quite a few times on that bike and really hurt myself. So it was kind of nice to go back towards a light bike again. If I'm being honest, I would probably go from, because I'm on carbon now, probably go from carbon back to aluminium because it's still light but it's strong, and I don't really trust carbon that much anymore. So yeah, that was the reason from change for the sponsorship. Again, it was great being sponsored. Right thing, wrong timing, I don't know. Next question. Can you join YouTube with me? I've uploaded your stunts on my channel. I don't really know what that means, but thanks for sharing my stunts if you have. Do you have any intentions to take this to a career or just a hobby? I mean, it's just a hobby. If it turns into a career one day somehow, that'd be great. And I'm obviously pushing my riding now. I'm pushing videos. Hopefully one day it can become like a job, essentially. I'm not going to force it as a career because then I think I'll stop enjoying it. If I try to do everything like it's a job, I think I'll stop enjoying it. But I'm really enjoying making the videos on the bikes, and I'm really enjoying riding at the moment. So I'm not really going out and forcing stuff. Just kind of playing it as it comes. But yes, I'd love to make it a career one day. Who's your favourite rider to watch? I mean, Danny Mac just released his new edit, and that was obviously a banger, and it inspired me loads to just go out and ride my bike. Ali Clarkson's arcade videos back in the day, I remember watching those, and I just watched them on repeat. Just the style and like the vibe of it all I thought was really cool. Joachim's riding, I think, is mental, just because of the height you can go. Bar spins, question mark. I'm actually currently trying to learn them. That'll be a video soon. They're just really scary and they hurt your hands quite a lot. Riding idle. I mean, I got into trials from watching Danny Mac 2009, and I had a BMX, and I found myself like riding it on skinny wooden rails. And then I thought, this is trials, I need to get a trials bike. I then got into trials, and I started watching more Ali Clarkson along with Danny Mac. I started like finding out other street riders and stuff. I'd probably say Danny Mac and Ali Clarkson because they were like the earliest riders that I used to watch and still like pushing the boundaries to this day. So yeah, I'd probably say those. I'm just thinking of starting trials. Do I already need a high engagement hub? And is Maxxis hookworm suitable for trial? I mean, a hype hub's got enough engagement to start. I mean, most trials hubs have got enough engagement to start riding trials. A Maxxis hookworm, I imagine that's some sort of tyre. Yeah, if it's a trials tyre, go for it. Next question, why do you have so much money? So a lot of people assume that I've got loads of money. I haven't, from the amount of bikes that I keep changing. What people don't understand is, when I get a bike frame and then I sell it, I use the money that I sold it for to buy another frame and then keep replacing them. So it actually only costs probably an extra 50 to 100 quid every time I get a new bike, if that, because I'm just replacing the frame. But a lot of people don't think that. They think I'm just keeping all these bikes in the shed. Are you embarrassed that Ewan is more popular than you? He has a fan club with over 50 people. This is true, Ewan Beeden fan club, but your last 3 or 4 posts or whatever are of me, so whose fan club's it for really? Another question from Ewan Beeden fan club. How to get loads of women like Ewan Beeden? I mean, don't tell his missus that. Another question from Ewan Beeden fan club. Why is Ewan Beeden so handsome? Genetic. Another question from Ewan Beeden fan club. Why you look so funky? I see where this is going. This is not a Thloxton fan club, it's clearly a Ewan fan club. Next question, is trials just a hobby or are you trying to make a career? Again, same answer. I do it day to day like it's a hobby. because it is a hobby. If it turns into a career, fantastic. What's your end goal regarding sponsors, YouTube, etc.? Why did you leave TMS? End goal, end goal again, I would like to say I've kind of settled down now, probably tried every bike I can, and I'm more happy kind of pushing it on one bike. So as far as sponsors go, I'd love to ride for a brand one day again, obviously depending on the bike. With the YouTube and stuff, I'm just uploading on YouTube twice a week still, and I'm really enjoying doing it, which is a good thing. I used to hate doing it before, but I've actually found a love for it again, and it's made me progress more, so I'm still going to do that and carry on. And why did I leave TMS? I left TMS because again it was just, I think, bad timing. I want to say I rushed into it and it was kind of a bit much for me at the time. I've almost felt quite a bit of pressure, not from them as such, but for myself to perform. And I injured myself quite a lot for the reason, so I kind of just took a step back, got back to kind of really trying to enjoy trials again, which I have. So I'm in a good place now as such. Best street trials bike, best street trials bike brand. So the best street trials bike I'd say I've ever ridden, if I can look back and compare them all, for me would be between my fluorescent yellow inspired 4-play I had and my Tri-Lite 24-inch carbon bike, both for the Geo. The Geo, that was very similar to the 4-play. Obviously it was a bit lighter. I learned to whip on that bike, which was like a lifelong trick. The 4-play just felt great for actual riding. I'd probably say all in all, just because of the strength of the Maestro is pretty weak. I've snapped 2 now. I'd say the 4-play. So in the future I'll probably get a 4-play, just because carbon can be a bit sketch, especially me. I weigh like 86 kilos. Most likely go for a 4-play next. And again, street trials by brand, I'd say, well, Inspired. They've been around the longest. They've got the longest kind of rapport with having great bikes and great customer service, etc, etc. So overall, they kind of started in the game, they're still at the top of the game. I'd say Inspired. Is a carbon trials bike actually worth it? Yes, if you are maybe a lighter rider, probably up to 80 kilos, and also not doing massive stuff. Like, I'd probably trust it to do big drop. If you miss something and hit the carbon on a wall, it can tend to delaminate, because that's how carbon is. And especially if you're a heavy rider as well. I know loads of people that have snapped these extensions, Maestros. I've snapped 2 Maestros now. I know loads of other people that have snapped an extension. I know Ewan snapped his fork. A load of other people snapped forks on them. It's just carbon in general, unfortunately. It is worth it, they are great, but it's more of a short-term thing. If you want reliability and trust, I'd go with something like aluminium, because it's again lightweight, but you still get the strength, or even a steel bike. Again, experience with carbon bikes, I've snapped every one I've had so far, apart from the one I'm on. Hopefully it'll hold up, but again, it's an extension, so I think the forks are going to go on it. Hello, I'm one of your avid fans about your riding style. Do you ride also on pure trials bike? No, I don't ride a pure trials bike, I just ride a street trials bike. I started out in a pure trials bike, an Echo 20-inch. I don't ride them anymore, I just like trial or street trials too much. How do you control manuals, the balance thing and practicing? On my Avenger, the fork has some play with the frame, what to do. So I know 2 people, Ewan and Ian Johnson, have experienced this. It's just the forks, and they tend to delaminate and they can wiggle a bit. They haven't had them snap since. They've still got play. I think mine have got a bit of play in them, but I think that's just the extension fork and how it's made. Not sure. I wouldn't massively worry about it. Who's better, James or Lemon? James, I'll have to give it a Lemon, unfortunately, just because you don't ride trials anymore. Why do you get a new bike almost every month? As of recent, as of this year at least, I've switched my bike a fair amount. This is just due to me trying new things. This has also been due to me snapping bikes in the background that I haven't really broadcasted about, which has made me get a new bike without essentially damaging the brand that I was on previously. So that is the reason, mainly going from carbon to like a Hex and then back to carbon, etc. So it's not that I'm essentially getting bored of it, it's just trying to find the right bike for me, and to find the right bike you've got to try them. So that's the only reason. Have you tried the Inspire Flow? It's the only Inspired bike, apart from the Link and the Flow 22, I haven't tried. I've tried the rest, but I haven't tried an Inspire Flow. Apparently it's longer. It's longer than the Arcade, I think. I'd like to try it, but again, I think Inspired sell bikes now as full bikes. They don't sell frame kits, so trying to buy a full bike is a lot different to replacing a frame kit for a frame kit. Can you make a video in the future, a game of bike with LEC? That would be epic. I mean, you never know. Could happen. I'd probably get absolutely spanked, but who knows what the future holds. Till now, what was your favourite bike you had? Again, between my Maestro and my 4-play. 4-play because of the riding progression I had. When I got that, my progression on it was just massive. And then when I got my Maestro, after my foreplay, which is the carbon bike, again the progression just went on and on, so it was kind of exponential. I learned whips on that bike, I was doing flares, I did a backflip for the first time on it, I did loads of stuff, and it was just such a good time in my trials riding career as such. Overall, probably say the foreplay again just because of the strength of it, and again the progression I had. Do a carbon bike drop test, I have done, and I'll insert it now. Yeah, that was when I snapped my second frame. No, yeah, that was when I snapped my second frame. What is your favourite trials bike you've ridden? Again, probably a foreplay. What are 24 different things you like about trials? 24 different things. I'm probably not going to be able to list 24 things, but I'll list the most. Progression, creativity, fulfillment when you land line, meeting new people. The community is amazing in trials. Keeping fit, making videos, having fun. Are you planning to buy the new inspired 22-inch Link bike? I was if there was a frame kit, but again they're like full bikes. I'd love to go on one. I think it would be fantastic. Like, I know they say up to 170 centimetres, which is about 5'6", I think. I'm only 5'10", so I think I could get on one and have a fairly good time, but maybe in the future. What age did you start riding and what got you into riding? So I started riding when I was about 11. I got my first trials bike just after I did my primary school exams, because I did well in them. My parents bought me a trials bike and surprised me with it. I got into trials from watching Danny Mac's 2009 video, as most people of my age probably did. It was like the only video on the internet, probably around about that time, that just went viral in trials, and I was just instantly hooked. I just like the idea of being able to ride the bike anywhere you want and getting over obstacles and stuff. Canyon trial ? So from what I've heard, they are really strong, they're really well made, and I watched the actual video of how they made it and the processes, and it looked awesome. So I'd imagine they're probably fairly strong. From what I've heard, a great Geo as well. Again, I've not tried one, but I'd imagine they are fairly good, the amount that went into it for Fabio's riding, etc. What's your favourite brake setup and why? So far, Hope's, Hope Tech trial zones that I run. They're the nicest feeling when they're bled. The levers are nice, and they're CNC'd as well, so they don't break when you drop them, unlike Magura brakes. I haven't really tried Shimano's. I really want to try these Hayes Dominion brakes that Ali C runs. He raves about them, but they are fairly expensive, so again, maybe at some point, but for now, Hope Trial Zone, best brakes I've had, and you can run them on 180 rotors as well. I'm not having any problems with brake slip or anything. How to bunny hop ? Or how to manual ? I mean, there's various tutorials on YouTube. Again, I'll probably go check out Ali Clarkson for those. He does some really good tutorials anywhere on YouTube, and you'll probably find it. So that is it for the questions. I hope that answered everything that you wanted to know. If you did enjoy, please like, subscribe, and leave anything else you want to know down below, and I will try and answer it the best I can. If you want me to do another Q&A, at some point I might make it a monthly thing, or I might make it, a quarterly thing. But yeah, hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.